want to make a quick video here, just going over what these words mean: opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, and then what your 6 trig functions would be, what your ratios are. These are just going to be fractions that you're going to set up. That's all this lesson is. It's just basic trig ratios. I'm making this video because some people were getting confused, so I thought, well, we'll go ahead and try to take care of that a little bit. So real quick, our reference angle, we're going to call that, this is called theta. On your assignment, it's probably A, B, C, D, whatever angle it asks you to do, use that as your reference angle. But the side that's opposite is going to be across from your reference angle. So I have my angle here. It's the side that doesn't connect into my angle. So I've got a leg here that connects into my angle, and then the hypotenuse. The side that doesn't touch my angle is the opposite side. It's across from the angle that is my reference angle. And then I have 2 legs that make, well, I have a leg and a hypotenuse that make up this angle. The hypotenuse is always directly across from the 90 degree. So here's the 90 degree angle. Hypotenuse is the side that doesn't touch the 90 degree angle. It's right across from the 90 degree angle. This is always the hypotenuse. Label that first and it'll help you out. Because if you don't label that first, if you get confused, you might confuse these two. The adjacent angle, or the adjacent side, is the leg that connects into the 90 degree angle and the reference angle. So it goes from your reference angle to the 90 degree. It's that side. This is the adjacent side. Adjacent means beside. It means it's beside our reference angle. So we have opposite is opposite side of the triangle. Adjacent is beside our reference angle, and then hypotenuse is always across from 90. Once you understand this, use this as a cheat sheet. You should write this down. Sine, the sine function is opposite over hypotenuse. It's just going to be a fraction. Whatever number this is, divided by that number. So this is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. It's just this reversed. It's flipped around. This is secant. It is the reverse of cosine. So instead of adjacent over hypotenuse, it's hypotenuse over adjacent. And then cotangent is the reverse of tangent. Instead of opposite over adjacent, it is adjacent over opposite. You will use all that to guide you. And what we'll do is, let's make this smaller. We'll still leave our little cheat sheet over there. How this relates, we'll just make a basic right triangle. Okay, we'll call this angle A, and we'll call that angle B. And I'll say this is 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Just make something up here. This is obviously, it's a crappy right angle, but you see my right angle there. Let me fix that real quick, because if not, then I'll have people aggravated. Shoot. I'll just leave it like that. Anyway, this is my right angle. I'm trying to get through this quick before the iPad dies again. So, if I was looking for sine of A, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Remember, I said A, so I know that's my reference angle. Opposite over hypotenuse. I just write the fraction, 4 over 5. Okay? If I was looking for sine of B, sine of B, opposite now is 3, and I still got the same hypotenuse. So it'd be 3 over 5, opposite over hypotenuse every time. So my reference angle was B there, so my opposite side was 3. If I was looking for cosine, so I was looking for cosine of A, you'll notice this is the same as sine of B. Cosine of A, my adjacent side is 3, my hypotenuse is 5, so it's 3 over 5. But if I was looking at cosine of B, I'd have my adjacent side now is 4, and then it'd be over the hypotenuse 5. And then let's go ahead and we'll do tangent too, and then you should understand at least by now what's going on. Tangent of A, now we have the opposite over adjacent, so 4 over 3. Okay, if I'm looking for tangent of B, reference angle is B, opposite now is 3, my adjacent is 4, so it's 3 over 4. You just flip it over. well, you don't really flip it over. It's just because it's this other angle here. This is my reference angle, so it's 3/4. These are the ones you're going to use the most. All these, you just do the same thing. You just reverse them. You just reverse all the fractions. So use this as a cheat sheet. I just wanted you to understand opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, and realize that all you're doing is writing out fractions. You might have to reduce some fractions here and there, but as far as the lesson goes, you need to know how to find the opposite side, adjacent side, and the hypotenuse, and then use your cheat sheet to set up fractions based on what the question's asking.